Hi there. So it's time for the weekly update, and let's get down to it immediately. Let's talk about my current weight. And as we can see, I've gone up a bit. It's 92.5 kilograms right now. And honestly, I'm not surprised because when I look through how I ate this week, I have not been keeping my diet very well at all. There has been candy, there has been snacks, there has been pastry, even there has been ice cream, which I guess is fitting considering it's summer, but still, I haven't been keeping my diet at all. And honestly, I'm not sure why it ended up like this. But I have some suspicions and I have some grievances that I want to talk about that are food related and which have sort of contributed but can't fully explain what goes on here. It's like, what is it that's sort of broken my discipline lately? But I've had some struggles with sort of getting motivated to cook recently, and just now, today, I finally managed to actually make a meal I had planned for several days. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but one component that is bothering me a lot and that has sort of contributed to my decision making in some ways, at least that I have felt myself, is how the hiking in food has really been bizarre when you think about it. So this, of course, depends on where in the world you are. But if you're in Sweden, you will notice that onions have doubled in price. Doubled. It's insane. They've never been this expensive in my entire life. I've never seen anything like it. Fucking onions. Are you supposed to pay 24 kronor or about $2 for every kilogram? That's insane for onions. And another fruit another thing in the vegetable and fruit section, pears have more than doubled in price. And of course, it may not be in season, but still, to have a price hike of more than 100% is fucking insane. And this is sort of what I wanted to talk about because it kind of disgusts me when I think about it. Because you have fruits and you have vegetables and all that. And the price hike is insane. The inflation has gone berserk on these products. But then if you turn your attention not to those things, but you look at the candy and the snacks, it's also gotten more expensive. But now that I started buying it this week, I noticed, hey, the price hikes are not as extreme as they were for the fruit and vegetables. Nowhere near the same level. It's completely insane. And part of the reason why I've sort of started shaking in my diet is because, previously, most days, I actually had some fruit to every meal. That was sort of something I did, but then the fruit prices went insane and I stopped buying fruit because it was double the price for no apparent reason. And then, something felt off. I felt like, I want something to finish my meal. And, candy and snacks took that place this week, and it was not great. So now I've decided to actually buy fruit, even if it is more expensive. So far, it's only been like a day, but I'm hopeful. But I'm also frustrated over the inflation and how it really affects the way we think about food and our eating habits in general. That you can be driven to eat healthy or unhealthy food just because you're poor and you buy what gives you most bang for your buck, so to speak. And this is such a big problem, not in Sweden, but in other countries as well, especially in the food deserts in the US. I've known about this for a long time. I haven't talked about it, but it's something that really bothers me a lot, that you can be sort of barred from entering a healthy lifestyle when it comes to your food just because some asshole city planner decided that you should be forced to drive 50 miles to go to the nearest big box store, and there all they have is candy and snacks and unhealthy food on discount, and then everything else costs premium. Good food, like good products, costs a lot more than the crap. And that bothers me. Because, I can afford these price hikes. When I really sat down and thought about it for a minute, like, if we think about it, all the candy, all the snacks, all the ice cream, all the pastries I eat, it is garbage. It is just wasted money. Completely wasted money. I need nothing of it. It doesn't help me in any single way. It doesn't keep me full. It doesn't give me any nutrients whatsoever in most cases. All it does is feed an addiction. So if I spend all the money I could have spent on candy, on regular food instead, then I wouldn't even feel it in my sort of wallet or a virtual wallet or whatever. I have enough to handle this price hike. But still, it does bother me a lot that many people don't have it as easy as I do. And yeah, it's a big problem. Not only here, but in many places. And it really, really disgusts me because, many people who sort of have a rough relationship with food, they live unhealthily and they kind of know it, and people look down on people with food addiction. There is this inherent or implicit sort of bias against people who are overweight, that, oh, just eat more healthily. Oh, just do some exercise. Don't eat that candy bar. Yeah, sure, it's easy to say, but then in practice, when the only cheap food you can get is fast food and crap, and you don't have much money, what are you supposed to do? And yeah, it bothers me so much that on one hand, we have this strong shaming culture against fat people, and on the other hand, we have an economical system that tries to implicitly persuade people to eat bad food so that they become fat. It's fucking disgusting in every sense of the word. And if we look at me now, who has certainly gotten a bit fatter, I can feel it. That's the nice thing with having a belt, on my clothes. I can sort of feel it. Oh no, this hole that I was supposed to put my belt buckle in is starting to feel a bit more strained than usual. So I have gained some of the weight I had lost previously. So right now I have to be really careful because if I don't sort of get things in order, then I will just regain everything I've lost so far. All the hard work I put in the beginning of this year, it has been wasted basically then. So yeah, that's my challenge for now, my cross to bear, so to speak. I have been a bad boy and now I have to, be good to myself for once. I don't know, I planned on maybe talking about how my back is getting better, and it is. It's certainly better than it was at its worst, but it's not fully healed yet, and we'll see when that comes to be, because yeah, I'm not depressed about it anymore, and I'm really hopeful. But it's still a long way before it sort of has been fully healed, and I have no idea when that happens. There may be a reason for me to go back to my physical therapist and talk to him again and sort of get some further sort of updates, and he can give some suggestions what he thinks on prognosis and stuff like that, how to sort of maintain my lifestyle so that I don't end up with this again, and so on and so forth. Like just practical advice and making sure that everything is going as it is supposed to be going. But besides that, I don't really think I have a lot to add, because, on one hand, I could talk about like peer pressure and how that has sort of affected me and how that sort of got me to slip back into bad habits when I was with my family last week. But on the other hand, I just got a bit provoked when I thought about these increases in food prices and how it really sort of disincentivizes healthy eating. And yeah, how people don't seem to care. Well, anyway, until next time, have a good one. Goodbye.